it's really important to get out and vote and stand up for what you believe in.
Well, the polls are up and running on this election day.
4 candidates are pushing to replace Mayor Rahm Emanuel, but it's not the only race voters are watching closely. Good morning, everybody. I'm Roseanne Tejas.
And I'm Harry Porterfield.
We have team coverage now. CBS 2's Susanna Song live on the South Side. She has a look at the candidates this morning. Pam Zeckman is checking on any problems at the Board of Elections, and Marissa Bailey is at a polling spot in Lincoln Park. We begin with Marissa, and it sounds like there have already been a few hiccups, Marissa.
Yeah, that's right, Roseanne. Just a few this morning. But, heading into Election Day, early voting was up 23%. So far this morning, election officials say the turnout has been a bit low. It is still early, though. We know of at least one polling place that opened late today, 45 minutes late to be exact. That was in Edgewater, where no election judges showed up this morning. We also know of at least one person who left there without voting at all. That same location also had an issue with their paper ballot machine, forcing everyone to vote electronically. A bit frustrating for one voter we talked to, but for others, all in all, a good election day.
The one scanner they have for paper ballots is down or not working.
Is that frustrating?
It's kind of Chicago.
Got out, even though it's a little bit cold, and want to make sure my vote counts.
Meanwhile, State's Attorney Lisa Madigan's office has more than 140 attorneys and investigators out at polling places in the city and in Springfield, making sure everything is on the up and up today. We saw investigators double-checking people's signatures at a few locations this morning. Now, a quick reminder for you out there, same-day registration that was in place back in November is not in place today. You must be registered to vote and go to your designated polling station. Of course, the polls close at 7 o'clock tonight. Reporting live from Lincoln Park today, Marissa Bailey, CBS 2 News. Roseanne and Harry.
Okay, thank you, Marissa.
So how are things going in other polling places across the city?
2 investigator Pam Zeckman joins us live now. She is at the Chicago Board of Elections in the Loop. Pam, good morning.
Good morning, Roseanne and Harry. There are at least 2 other precinct polling places in Chicago that opened late because of a shortage of judges, but the city has yet to say whether they will stay open late. In addition to that 48th Ward location in Uptown, 2 other North Side polling places opened late in the 41st Ward. Since both were at the same address, the city was able to borrow judges from one to help out the other, and at least one voter was sworn in as a judge. The city says early voting is up 23%. But now mayoral candidate Willie Wilson is saying that he believes there's been some irregularities in the early voting system reported by some voters who had trouble selecting him as a candidate. His staff is calling it unintentional for now, and hoping it's mechanical. The city says it's not aware of any evidence of early voting systems not functioning properly. Reporting live from the Board of Elections, Pam Zeckman, CBS 2 News.
Okay, thank you, Pam. Well, some of the candidates for mayor also cast their ballots today.
Our Susanna Song joins us live now in the Chatham neighborhood, and she has that part of the story. Good morning, Susanna.
And good morning to you, Roseanne. Mayor Rahm Emanuel's main objective today is to get more than 50% of the votes in order to avoid a runoff. And a short time ago, some Chicagoans got a personal phone call from him.
Yeah, Rahm Emanuel. You know another Emanuel? The city of Chicago can only afford one Rahm Emanuel, Mayor.
Besides working the phones, he greeted volunteers here at the 8th Ward field office. The mayor came by to thank his workers. He needs, again, 50% plus 1 to seal the deal for the next 4 years. If not, he'll face the runner-up in April. Businessman Willie Wilson voted February 9th, the first day of early voting. He plans to campaign today until the polls close, saying he's optimistic about his chances. Activist William Doc Walls voted this morning at the Amundsen Park Fieldhouse. He ran against Mayor Daley back in 2007 and then again 4 years ago. Rahm's biggest competition, Commissioner Jesus Chuy Garcia, made a campaign appearance at the 23rd Ward polling place this morning on the southwest side. He voted a short time ago in Little Village. And Bob Fioretti voted in the West Loop at 7 this morning. The 2-term alderman is convinced there will be an April runoff. He says the biggest indicator, Chicagoans are unhappy.
They have one foot out the door. They want to leave here. They don't feel proud of what they see. They they just feel the quality of life has not improved in the last 8 years, and they want a new direction. If we can get those people to come to the polls and vote, then we win this election.
And Bob Fioretti says he had his usual breakfast today. He had coffee, grits, and raisin bread. He says he's ready to hit the ground running. It will be a long day for all candidates, indeed. Reporting live here in the Chatham neighborhood, Susanna Song, CBS 2 News. Roseanne and Harry.
All right, Susanna, thank you.